He's one of the better pro trainers in boxing, probably for the last 15 years, 15, 20 years. And his brother is already, his twin brother, Jermell, has already proven himself.
And here we go tonight facing Edgar Perez from Chicago, Illinois. What does Mr. Perez have to do to try to survive, and what does Charlo have to do to take this one down?
Perez has to find a way to negate that reach advantage. I mean, he's in against a very tall junior middleweight prospect. Charlo's 6'1". Perez has to figure out a way to get inside that reach, because both Charlo brothers, everything comes off the jab. They have great speed, they have the height, they have the reach, and they box in an appropriate style for that. Yeah. They're stand-up, classic 1-2 fighters. Everything is off a quick left jab, and the left jab sets up their straight right, which is their power hand. Now, if Perez languishes on the outside like that, he's a sitting duck. He basically becomes a heavy bag. It becomes target practice for Charlo. So he's got to get inside, and he's got to work the body. He's got to try to push Charlo back on his heels. Without getting clipped. Without getting clipped with counter punches as he just did with that left hook.
If we just look at the way he's built as a fighter, he is the prototype of any fighter that you would want on your side. He has look, he's got the athletic ability, he's got the motion of a fighter who knows exactly what to do in there.
And if you judge by his tattoos, he's got a ferocious spirit. I think I see Heart of a Lion tattooed across his chest. And I think it says, say Hitman on the left side of his trunks.
Yep.
Got the height and reach of the famous Hitman. I don't know if he's got that kind of power. Maybe he'll show us tonight. Perez has never been stopped.
Although he's only had 6 fights in his career.
Right, he hasn't had a lot of fights. Obviously, he has a late start. He's 33 years old, and he only has 6 pro bouts. But he went the 6-round distance in his last fight, which was his only loss, against a guy named Steve Martinez, who's a pretty decent junior middleweight prospect from the Bronx.
So you're saying do not be misled by his physical appearance?
Well, I don't know. His physical appearance does not suggest
a lot of training
that he's a formidable pugilist, but maybe he's just tough. Maybe he's just a tough guy. Or maybe
don't judge a book by its cover.
Right, or maybe Steve Martinez isn't that much of a puncher. Maybe he's one of those guys who can take hard shots to the head all night, and maybe you tap that soft body once and he goes down. Who knows? That's up to Charlo to find out.
Charlo doing 3 minutes of study, and now we're going to see what he comes out in round 2.
Time. Llena por mano, no, bájame las manos. Bájame las manos. Un poquito de agüita. Acá te va a servir un poco. Tranquilo. Coge aire. Ya los primeros asaltos que ellos vienen a matar. Un poquito de agua. Los primeros asaltos que vienen a matar. ¿Oíste? Coge aire. Ah, sí. Good. And look, you try to swing the wide punch. Yeah. I know, but I just want you to move that leg. I don't want you to get hit with nothing. Okay? Keep him on the end of that jab, and everything else is going to be fine. All right? Everything else is good. Take us out, mouthpiece. Take us out, mouthpiece. Right here. Mouthpiece. Right here.
All right, we're back for round 2. A fight between Jermell Charlo and Edgar Perez. This is an 8-rounder.
And actually, it would be good if Charlo could go at least 6 of those 8 rounds, because this is only his 2nd fight of 2012. He needs to get more pro rounds under his belt.
And right away, we can see some almost immediate adjustments. He was a little bit more hesitant. He was being a bit more cautious in round 1. Now he comes out really, throwing that jab, trying to open things up, and
it's a good stiff straight jab. There's pop on the end of it. It's helping him to keep Perez right where he wants him for that right hand. And like I said, both Charlo brothers, the right hand, the straight right, is their bomb. That's their weapon. Although it looks like Jamal has a nice left hook, nice counter left hook.
Charlo's won his last 2 fights by way of knockout. Eric Draper, that was a one-rounder. And then, as mentioned, I think a technical knockout in round 5, and there is Perez trying to actually get in this fight a little bit.
And he certainly dropped the first round. And in the first round, you asked me what each fighter has to do. I told you what Perez has to do. He's got to negate that reach. He's got to get inside. He's got to try to at least work, you know, outwork his more talented opponent. Charlo should do exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
Everything off the jab. He's the taller, rangier, faster fighter.
Well, I think the title for Perez is self-explanatory. He's a fighter. I think a little fighting would be good.
Right.
So far, he's very, very cautious.
He's laying back and seeing what Charlo has to offer. Maybe he's trying to get an idea of his speed and trying to get used to that and try to counterpunch him. But I don't think you can counterpunch if you're built the way Perez is. I don't think you can counterpunch from the outside. Not where he is right now. He's too far away.
Perez is we call him a one-man band. You know,
Flash ahead.
Yeah.
And I think there's a cut
I see a little
somewhere
bit of
around.
blood there somewhere. I see some blood in Perez's face.
Yeah, left eye, region of the left eye. And now Charlo sharpshooting that blood with his left jab. And a beautiful straight right. Technically speaking, Charlo does everything right.
All right, there's a little bit of a pop right there by way of Perez as we end this round.
Okay, ahora sí. Hey. ¿Ah? Okay. Déjalo. Ok, ahora estamos bien. Oye, estamos un poquito atrás. Sure, keep your hands up. When you talk, okay? Everything else is good. Everything you're looking beautiful. You can beautify. Take it down. Mouthpiece in. Mouthpiece.
Charlo got his jab off beautifully in that second round. There he is doubling and tripling it up, backing Perez up. And here he is working his left hook and his right cross. Nice, fast, accurate punches from Jamal Charlo.
And Perez, Puerto Rican, correct?
Yes, he is from Puerto Rico, based in Chicago.
And done all his fighting in Puerto Rico. I guess his manager decided it was time to maybe move their camp to Chicago. And that would be himself because he's his own manager. So he's a one-man team band. So see how that works out. That's a very stiff and beautiful left by Charlo.
Something I noticed from Perez right before the bell of the last round is that he did throw and land a body shot. Maybe we'll see him try to do more of that in this third round.
Now showing a little bit of his flashiness there, moving very smoothly on the surface of the swing. Charlo, that is.
Yeah, the Charlo brothers can move. They're not necessarily seek and destroy boxers. They can stick and move. They like to find the right spot to land accurate shots from outside. You're not going to see him just willingly just stay on the inside and engage. He's not much for phone booth warfare, which is smart. I mean, with his height and his speed and his reach, there's no reason for him to do that unless he has to.
All right, now Perez is trying to use that left hook to the body. He's actually made contact a couple of times now, so maybe he's going to try to slow him down.
Yeah, he landed, I think it was a right.
There it is again. Didn't connect flush, but that's the only way he's going to be able to get something done here. He's got another 5 rounds to go.
Right. Now's the time to start putting that work in. Maybe if he can hurt the body, he can maybe make Charlo lower his punch output, slow him down. If Charlo decides he's going to, try to stick and move for the rest of the bout. And if he can get Charlo to stand and trade, well, then he's got a shot at actually landing some punches. Because he can't land punches from the outside, and he can't land punches while Charlo is moving. It looks like Perez is trying to block some of those hard jabs, those stiff jabs with his gloves. He does it decently. He blocks some of them, not all of them. Beautiful right hand. Landed by Charlo.
There are those gloves that you talked about, and there he did a pretty good job. But there's a right over the top that has Perez in trouble. Now he's against the ropes, and he's just punching away. Referee is paying close attention. This is Tom Taylor.
Perez is not just covering up, he's firing back.
Stop at the bell. Vamos bien. Sí. Ok. Vamos bien. Ya se fue todo eso. Bueno. Agüita. How we doing, man? Estamos bien. Yo estoy pendiente. Ok, coge aire. Ok. Coge aire. Now, more after him, okay? And when you get closer, start banging both sides of the body. All right. And then the left. The uppercut is there. Uppercut been there. Now the right uppercut, the left hook, and boom. Straight back with the right hand, and what's going on. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. All right. Keep your hands up. Vamos bien. Voy a darle un asalto más. Oye, pero no me cojas golpe. Entonces, si no te doy un asalto más. Está bien, no me voy a dejar coger mucho golpe. Ponchea, duro. Seconds out.
Charlo rocked Perez at the end of that third round, drove him into the ropes, and worked him, particularly with his left, but with nice flurries of punches right here. And wisely, he snuck a right to the body. That's a smart thing to do when you got a guy covering up against the ropes the way Perez was.
So, as we mentioned, Perez getting rocked at the end of round 3, but he valiantly was able to survive that. And as you mentioned, not just that, but he actually threw some good punches in there. So this is a fighter who's got some durability.
And that was his one opportunity. I mean, when Charlo's going for broke, trying to gun for a stoppage, that is Perez's best opportunity to actually land something in return. Because his man is right in front of him.
As he tires, of course, yeah.
Right. And maybe he can catch him clean on the chin, right, while he's punching.
I also have to point out that the corner doing a pretty good job, even though it wasn't a nasty cut. But so far, that clash of heads didn't really get in the way of his progress here tonight.
Well, I think it's under the eye, not above the eye, so that helps him a lot.
Absolutely. But not a lot of blood. It's been very, very well controlled. And
he is starting to bruise up around both eyes.
Now it's there's a slight cut above the right eye. And that may open up soon.
That speaks to the jab, I think, of Charlo. It's not just a range finder. He's not pawing with it. It's a weapon.
Any idea why his younger brother, younger by 1 minute, has moved quicker in the sport?
I don't know. That's something I might, if I have the opportunity to interview him in the ring after this fight, I'm going to ask him that. Why does his younger brother, by 1 minute, as you say, have 10 more fights than he does?
Maybe it's the typical way things go. The older brother usually has more responsibilities. The younger one's got more flexibility.
I'm going to guess he had like some kind of injury or something that's happening.
I like that combination there.
Yeah, he looks 100% healthy right now. And as you said earlier in this fight, he's the picture of a young prospect. I mean, he just looks like a world-class athlete. And and he's in control. He's relaxed in there too, even though this is only his second fight this year. I mean, he hasn't been terribly active, but he's in command. He's relaxed. And he's not laying back. He's not being lazy in there. He's working. He's throwing punches. But he's not being reckless.
And so far, he's shown that he does have some punching power. So again, I think this is also something that we have to give Perez some credit.
I think he's
standing
durable.
tough.
He is.